Hello peoples, this is BetaNights and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. In the last episode, we finished off Knuckles' story, as you can see right down there with the little 100% icon. Anyway, that's what we did last time. This time I was originally planning to start off Amy Rose's story, but I had some other things in mind because it is something that I've kind of put off for a while, which is surprising given that it's pretty much one of my favorite parts of the entire game, including its sequel. So, let's say we go back into Sonic's story for a little while. Okay, yeah, and it should drop me off right where I want. Yep. As you can see, going back into a character's story will allow you to run around freely as that character. You can go back into action stages through the same paths that you did before, like going right here. We'll enter that stage. You can pretty much do anything that you could before. There's basically a way that you go around and find secrets, and there are secrets in this game. Also, blur effect around this lady. No blur effect. Blur effect. No blur effect. Blur effect. No blur effect. Sassy blur effect. Anyway, I do find it very awkward the way that they kind of sway up and down as they move around. But anyway, you can't hit me. Oh yeah, you thought you can get me. You can't hit me. Yeah, trying to mimic Tim's Ni no Kuni Let's Play didn't quite work out so well. Anyway, God, I've been loving that Let's Play so far. Anyway, guys, if you remember earlier in the game, rather in Knuckles' story, we entered this elevator right here and brought us up to that room where we fought Chaos 2. Now, in this episode, you may remember that before, in earlier parts of this LP, I made mention of this elevator right here and said we would be visiting it at a later time. That, my friends, is what we're going to be doing now. Okay, I was not expecting that to pop up. Way to break the tension, game. But okay. Guys, welcome to the Chao Garden. An overly happy place with music and all, as you can see. I can now whistle. But you may see there's some eggs over here. For anyone who is not familiar with the Sonic universe, or in particular the Chao Gardens of this game and its sequel, this is basically this game's giant Game Boy Advance. Okay, this is basically this game's version of, I guess you can call it a virtual reality. I guess that not virtual reality, a virtual pet, I guess you can call it. Anyway, you want to be careful here. B is your pickup button, but given how finicky this game could be, B is also spin dash. Now in the later game, in the sequel, they improved a lot of stuff about the Chao Garden. Like, you can't attack really without like legitimately trying to. So you want to make sure that you're pressing X to pick these things up. Anyway, let's see. Now if I hold X after I put it down, or after I pick it up rather, kind of nuzzle it a bit. Looks more like Sonic's like shaking it to try and see what's inside. Sonic, I don't think that's what you do with an egg. Anyway, let's see if this works. This is how I basically always used to do it. There are many different ways you could do this. You could throw the egg, you could hit it, you can just wait for it to hatch normally, which I'll probably let that other one do just to show. Anyway, I'll put this down and whistle. Yes! Yay! Yay! Oh my god, I'm so excited to be doing this. Oh my god, it's a little happy Chao! It's a little happy Chao! Sorry if I seem very excited, guys. The Chao Garden itself is by far my most favorite part of this game and its sequel, as I said. And I would often spend many days of my time, basically many days of my time within the Chao Gardens. Hey, eat it. Just many hours a day and many days of my time just spent with these little guys here and their adorableness. But these guys, these are Chao. Or, this is a Chao, rather. We will get into these in a moment. As you can see here, another one hatched on its own. Ah! He has a smiley face too. Okay, that's one thing I want to get into is that their little smiley faces. That is not only guaranteed they could have many faces, they could have no face like you see right there. This one though, by default, has a little smiley. They can have the upside down V as a smiley. I want to keep track of which one hatched first actually. I'm going to pick you up for the time being. Actually, let's pet you a little bit. Although petting is very finicky in this game to see. Sometimes they don't feel it, sometimes they do. In the second game, that's another thing they improved where they basically made it in the second game where you could, where when you pet, it automatically moved you to them. And the second game, honestly, a lot was just improved in general about the Chao Garden. But I'll be getting into... Jeez. Even made a little sound. Yeah, because like I said, this is the little virtual pet kind of simulator thing. With these guys being little virtual pets. Now, they do grow, and they do take many, many different forms, which, again, I do want to get into. Let's see here. Now, as you can see, off to the side, they have swim, fly, run, power, and stamina. Stamina is simply raised by obviously, as you can see here, devouring fruit. While the other ones, you guys remember all those animals that we have seen basically floating out of robots and like kind of coming after us that we've been collecting during these stages? Now, there never seemed to be a point to them, right? Actually, you bring them here, and upon entering the Chao Garden, they will all fly all over the place. There you are. They will kind of fly all over the place, like from out of your body pretty much, where you collect them. And they will basically be left here in the Chao Garden, at least until you leave. And you can essentially quote unquote feed them to your Chao, and each one will give different stats. Like let's say a lion will give more power. Now they each give. Now sometimes they may take away some stats. Sometimes they'll give little bits of some stats, but more in another. There are groups of animals for each class, including some that are more generalized. Like, for example, like I said, the lion is more power. I believe the deer is run, and so is the rabbit. I can't think of any generalized ones at the moment. But let's see. Let's see if I can remember this. I believe to do this, we want to go to the Game Boy. Okay, that was me going to the Game Boy. Yeah, here we go. Name. If you go in here, you could actually name your Chao. Now, I believe it's limited to 7 letters. Yes, it is. And I actually have a story that has to do with that, but I will get into that. I'll get into that in a later time, possibly when I LP the sequel, because the little story I have actually does apply to the sequel. Anyway, I've always loved this song, honestly. The songs in the Chao Garden, they may be overly happy and stuff. I mean, listen to this. I don't know, I've just always loved it. Anyway guys, as you can see, you have a multitude of Japanese characters, English characters, numbers, symbols, lowercase letters. I forget the exact official term used for all these characters down here. And best of all, you have a beta symbol. How can you not love that? How can you not love the fact that you have a beta symbol? Pretty sure there are other ones here that I'm not even noticing at the moment, but I'm content. Heck, if you want, you could even name your Chao Music Note. And why there are so many different blanks, I have no idea. But anyway, I will meet you guys back here in a moment for you. Anywhere from a moment to a couple minutes for me, while I try and think of a name for this little guy. Let's see here. Josh. How about that? You know, I figured since these are the first 2 Chao we ever got. Also, well, I'll get into this in a second. Given that these are the first 2 Chao I ever got, I thought, why not name one after one of my best friends? Seems reasonable enough. Now, right here, drop off. You can actually connect this game to a Game Boy Advance through the Game Boy Advance to GameCube link cable. and drop them off in there. It drops it off almost in like a Sonic Advance style mini game. You can even attach it to Sonic Advance, and Sonic Advance has a very small Chao Garden-esque game in it. And you can play mini games there, get coins, get special eggs and stuff. And there is stuff to go into about that later on, if I so choose. Pickup is to bring them back out of the GBA. Name is obvious, we just did this. Goodbye, be careful about this. This one is actually releasing. This is like releasing from the PC in a Pokemon game. This is saying goodbye for good. And quit. That's self-explanatory. But anyway, as you can see now, our Chao pops out of the GBA machine, and there we have our little Josh. So now we have a way to identify these guys, especially since they're born with the same face. And I think anyone can guess what's about to happen here. Oop. Get onto the button. And here we have our second Chao, Little Kim. Now, as you guys may have already noticed, very obviously by now, I have decided to name these two after my two best friends. Josh being the slightly older one, I figured I'd name him after the first one that hatched. Okay, I'll put this over here. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what to go into next. One thing to be careful about here is your little Chao will wander off, and they will probably eventually find themselves in this pool. Until their swim reaches a certain level, they will start to flail around. Don't worry, your Chao cannot drown. Don't worry, it is perfectly safe to leave your Chao unattended in this Chao garden without worrying about coming back to floating Chao bodies. And I have a feeling, yep, and we have our first victim. Oh, you just had to, didn't you? Little Josh. Such a mischievous fellow. I guess another thing I can say is you'll notice that the tops of the eggshells got left behind while the bottoms didn't. There are different accessories, I guess you could say, that you can give your Chao, especially later on. Now, we can't give these to them now. It does take a special requirement Chao get into. But you could actually use these almost as hats for your little Chao. And it's kind of cute. I like doing it with some Chao. But anyway, before we go on with these two, over here you will find, if you read the sign there, the Black Market. It's literally just a Chao dude with some peach fuzz, it looks like, with a weird fish monster thing in the corner. Now, if you guys wondered what saving up all those rings and adding up the total at the end of each stage was for, this is pretty much what it was for. As you can see, we can buy a yellow and gray egg. More of these will get unlocked over time, and I believe right now there are actually more that we can get, but I believe it's random each time you come in here. Or each time you come into the Chao Garden, rather. You can't just exit the door and come back in this room. There are Hero Fruit and Dark Fruit, which I'll get to the mechanic of those in a moment. Round Fruit, Triangular Fruit, and there's also Square Fruit, I believe. These two, every Chao has a favorite, and that just kind of like raises their happiness more, I believe. I don't recall if there's anything more than that. The apple, cardboard box, paper bag, pan. Yeah, these four right here, including the apple, believe it or not, are all hats. Which is, I guess, why they're so expensive. But yeah, you can actually wear these, your Chao can wear these on their heads. A mushroom is like a normal fruit, but it raises the stamina bar by 2 points for every 1 bite, rather than 1. Let's see. I won't necessarily go into these yet, but I won't show what those are yet. Oh, and also sell items. If you basically have an item and you bring them in here, and you like pick it up and walk in with it, you can choose to sell whatever's in your hand. Oh boy, who's this? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know you can't be out here. It's not safe for you. You get stuck. Nope. Okay. It can get stuck sometimes. It is kind of funny. Oh boy. Josh, if this is you again, then I'm totally making you a swim type. Oh no, it's Kim this time. Oh, Kim was being a little mischievous pup this time. Here, hang out together. I said hang out. And they go in opposite directions. Why do we have to have such a broken family? As they all leave me as the only one on screen. Well, that was awkward. Anyway. No, Kim, you're not going to the black market. I know you want to buy puppies, but you can't go... Oh my god. Oh my god. You can't go to the black market. No. Anyway, basically what I was saying, the hero and dark fruit, as I said, there are different forms that your Chao can take, and they do evolve over time, which I will show when that happens. But now they can take a neutral, a hero, or a dark form, and in this particular game, the only way to get them into a hero or dark form is to feed them many of the hero or dark fruits. While neutral is just don't feed them too many of either, and just kind of let them age and evolve as they are. In the sequel, there are other ways to do that. It's just basically depending on which character you're playing as at the time, and when you pet them. In this game, petting doesn't really have any effect except making them happier. And the more you pet, the more you play with them with a specific character, the happier they will be when that character comes in. The more they will respond to whistles. I guess you can see right now, neither of them really respond to any whistles I have. But there's not really much else to show here, at the moment at least. There is this place over here, but I believe, yeah, the Chao races you can see there. But I believe I'll be showing the Chao races later on. Now, given that these are our first two Chao and they're in the main garden, I figured it'd be nice to name them after my best friends. And notice how I said the main garden. These little teleporters over here will take you to other gardens. This one being the Mystic Ruins, and this one being the Egg Carrier. That's right, each hub world in this game has its own Chao garden. And this, scenery-wise, is probably my favorite one. Just look at this place. All the scenery, it's just so scenic. Okay, there's that egg right there. That's a very unfortunate spot. And there's the other one. Now, I'm going to let both of these hatch on their own, just see what kind of face they hatch with. I swear if they both hatch with smiley faces too, I'm going to laugh. But I think I'll meet you guys in a few moments when I notice one of these little guys hatching. See you then.
Just remember, no fighting.
Okay, that's actually something interesting. I never really knew about any of the characters having a quote like that, like, remember, no fighting. Almost like they're trying to teach them good manners, I suppose. Huh. It's actually interesting. I guess I never really stood still long enough in this place to figure that out. But that does leave me interested to what the other characters say. Ooh, and we get one hatching right here. See if I can jump up there without disturbing it. Yay! Here we have a new little buddy, and he has a smiley face. Oh god. Do they both have smiley faces? Wait. Oh! Sonic, I'm not pressing anything. Okay, now you may have noticed the control right there said throw. If I had tried to set this guy down while Sonic was moving, I would have chucked this guy halfway across this place. Also, oh my god. Okay guys, this is the first example that I said of these guys having potentially different faces. I was not expecting one to have this face. But I was hoping that they at least had a different face than each other, so that I'd be able to easily tell them apart. Why is that, given the fact that I can name them? Well, these ones, I don't have a set name in mind quite yet. And... oh, they're actually going off in the same direction this time. Roughly. But these guys I don't really have a set name, and as soon as I said it, they're going opposite directions. I don't really have set names for them, and I don't know, I may think of a name eventually, but if anyone here in the comments watching these, if any of you guys have a specific name that you want to give one of these guys, especially given this guy's face, or if, let's say, you have a certain name and maybe with that name you have maybe a certain evolution, a form of Chao that you like, Excuse me. Like, you have a certain name, I mean, you have a certain form that you like let's say you like, dark, I don't know, a dark power Chao. Let's say that. If you guys have any specifics that you like, and you have a name, then who knows, maybe I'll choose those if I like any of them from the comments, and maybe if you have a name that I end up choosing, then I may also choose the form that you like, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll leave this up to you guys. But there we go. Yeah, this little guy wandering off. Don't stop wandering off to your doom. Be a good girl. Hang out with your brother here. Oh my god. Oh, that face. I was not expecting to see that in this episode. But anyway, I think I'll leave it. Hey. See what I mean about petting not always actually... Yeah, see, it's not always responsive. Okay, before these guys get themselves into too much more mischief, I'm gonna head off. As you can see right here, this one now says Station Square. I'm gonna head off to the egg carrier. And don't worry, before this episode ends off, I will show you the other entrances, just in case you're interested. We'll see. Yeah. This one has a giant missile lodged into the side of the sand, all around your cute little Chao. As you can see, you get a very nice view of the island from up here. Well, assuming the camera would actually cooperate for once. But, scenery-wise, I love this one just as much, if not just for the clear, wide open ocean. Now, this is also one of the easier ones, despite how clear it is. Ooh, how convenient. This is also one of the ones that is easiest to lose your Chao and not know where the heck they are, just because of... I mean, look, it may be open space for the most part, but this is possibly the biggest of the Chao Gardens, which is probably why they left it open. They didn't want you to lose them too bad. Some of you guys may recognize this. I believe it's similar to the chair. I believe it's the same kind of chair that Sonic used in his fin image at the end of his thing. But anyway, let's see if I can do something about hatching these guys. Let's see. Shake this one for a few seconds. And whistle. Shake this one. As you can see, that one just kind of has sleepy, droopy, meh eyes. Top around. I don't know if any of this actually affects it. I know that picking them up at least and maybe running around or rubbing them, nuzzling them, whatever you want to call it. I know that doing that and then whistling is a way to get them to hatch faster without having to throw them, which I don't like doing for obvious reasons. But I don't know if there's any actual method to this madness. But we shall see. Oh, we got another little happy face. Wow, I'm surprised we actually got no neutral face Chao. The neutral face is just the one, like, let's see. That face right there, like I said. That right there is a neutral one, just where it's no visible mouth. But anyway, guys, I guess the same applies to these two Chao right here. If you guys have any names or any thoughts that you want to give based on these two Chao, and as you can see when I pick one of them up, when I pick the other one up at least, it may have just been the first time. Occasionally when you pick them up, you'll see hearts appear. Every time that hearts appear, that's them getting like a little more affectionate towards that particular person. He is not enjoying this in the slightest. There we go. But like I said, same applies. If any of you guys have a name that you would like for one of these little cuties, then please let me know. If not, then I'll find a name eventually, regardless. Anyway, I guess before I end this off, I quickly show the locations of the other entrances. Although it is very easy just to go to the entrance of one of them, especially the one Station Square, and then and from there, just use the teleporter to get from one to the other.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Okay, there you guys. There you go. You got it. Anyway, guys, this right here is, if you remember, this is where Knuckles got that little monkey killing bomb in his little power up right here. And right outside the cave mouth, right up that hill, is where we fought the first boss in the game, as well as Tails' workshop. So all you do is head right in here, hop in a little minecart, and you're off to the Chao Garden. As for the egg carrier entrance to the Chao Garden, or the entrance to the egg carrier Chao Garden, I should say, this lift right here is the one that you can take from the deck of the egg carrier. The one, it's basically in the area where you fought E102 Gamma as Sonic and Tails, I suppose. You take this, it lands you right here, and you guys may remember this little puzzle here before. Yeah, this whole thing. Basically, the very obvious. If you put in E, G, G, M, A, N. I mean, heck, the computer right there even tells you the secret password for this door is Eggman. And you take this little teleporter here. Guess where you are? Yep. Oh, and we have one of our little buddies right here. Ah, it's the lazy dude. Yeah, what? But yeah, guys, basically taking this little teleporter pad. That's the exit of the egg carrier version of the garden. I'm always forgetful, and I keep thinking this is the exit, because I mean, it looks like it would lead into another part of the egg carrier right there, but alas, it's apparently not. Oh well. So, I guess just to end things off here, we have Kim and Josh right here. I'm afraid to put her down because I have a feeling she's just going to walk forward right into the water. Yeah, pretty much. I thought he was going to follow for a moment there. But anyway, guys, here we have little Kim. Little Kimmy. Little Kimmy again. And little Joshy. And she... Girl, I'm gonna make you into a swimmer type. Here we have these two just chilling out here in the Chao Gardens again. Oh, these little cuties. And next time, who knows, maybe we'll see them again very soon. I will be coming back here periodically. Basically, now you may notice in their stats they have a few points in some other stats. Don't worry, I didn't give them any animals or anything like that. I will be going over into what happened exactly. Don't worry, it's nothing big. I just fed them something. But something went wrong with the recording, so I had to re-record this last little part. So yeah, if you notice a discrepancy there, then yeah, for all my hawk-eyed viewers out there. Guys, she adamantly wants to go to that pool. Okay, I'll teach you how to swim. I'll make sure you can swim before you can walk. How about that? Or you can stay on all fours. The puppy you are. Ah, boy. Oh, look at him. Look at him. He's clipping. Oh, look at that. Only a few minutes old and he's already clipping. Maybe I'll just put you back here for a little bit so you stay away from the pool. Or not. And he has got himself stuck as well. Oh, God. Anyway, guys, I will be coming back here periodically to give them animals, kind of train them up. I will be showing you guys any milestones in their training, in the raising of these two. Oh, I love it when they do that. It's so cute. I'll be showing you any milestones, anything I think that is important, like maybe the first time they swim, the first time they learn to walk, when they evolve, stuff like that. I will be bringing you back here for the first time I bring them some animals. just so you guys can see how that is as well. Not too much else to say, really. I think we'll leave these two off to play and her inevitably to swim. God, look at that. She's just trying to sneak around me now. God, you are just as mischievous in this game as you are in real life, aren't you? And here she goes. Yeah, so cute. Alright guys, with that, I will bid you adieu. In the next episode, we continue on with Amy Rose's story. Not my most favorite story in the game, for a few different reasons that I will get into, but it's not a bad one. You okay up there? I think I'm just gonna help him. So guys, I hope you all have a good night. I know we will. Aw, he's getting tired too. Have a good night, y'all. And bye-bye for now.